my friends, we'll be reading Curious George Discovers Plants. Have you ever wondered where the fruits and vegetables in your grocery store come from? Most of them are grown on farms far away and come by truck, train, boat, or plane. Are you curious about how vegetables and other plants grow? George is curious too. George was enjoying market day. He liked the fresh vegetable section with his cucumbers, artichokes, beets, spinach, carrots, and onions, just to name a few. George wasn't sure where the vegetables came from, but he sure loved to eat them. They had as many different tastes, shapes, and colors. "I'm thinking about cooking vegetable soup tonight, George," said his friend the man with the yellow hat. Did you know vegetables are plants? Plants are living things, but they are different from other groups of living things, such as animals. Plants make their own food using sunlight, and they don't move on their own. There are many types of plants, including fruits, grasses, flowers, and trees. Mangoes are tropical fruits that grow on trees. But then I started to think of Chef Biscotti's famous fresh vegetable soup and his spinach ravioli. Maybe we should go to his restaurant, asked the man. What do you think? Yum, thought George. At Chef Biscotti's restaurant, they sat at their favorite table and placed their order with Nettie, the chef's wife. We both like the fresh vegetable soup with extra carrots and spinach ravioli, the man ordered. Did you know, without plants we wouldn't have life as we know it on this planet. People and animals depend on plants to make the air breathable. Plants also provide healthy food for us to eat. Wait, Chef Biscotti cried as he emerged from the kitchen. I'm out of fresh veggies. We have finished the carrots and spinach. George was worried. What would they have for dinner? Why don't you pick some more vegetables? Nettie asked. Would you like to come with me to pick the vegetables, Giorgio? The chef asked. George nodded and followed him. We're going up to the roof, the chef announced. George was confused. Didn't vegetables come from a market? Did you know plants can make their own food using sunlight and carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is a gas found in the air. This food-making process is called photosynthesis. It makes glucose, or sugar, which the plant will use for energy. It also releases another gas called oxygen into the air. We need the oxygen to breathe. Some veggies grow on farms far away, then travel to a store where they sit around until you buy them, Chef explained. But my veggies grow here. The chef proudly waved his arms at all the boxes filled with dirt. I pick them, I take them down to my kitchen, and they go in your belly all in the same day. That's Biscotti's fresh. George was still confused. Where were the fresh vegetables? Did you know that there are local farmers markets all over the country? These outdoor markets sell things like fruit, vegetables, meat, and cheeses that are grown or made by local farmers. This food may be much fresher than the food you would buy at a supermarket. George watched in amazement as Chef Biscotti grabbed a sprig of green and pulled a carrot out of the dirt. Did you know that plants need sunlight, water, nutrients or food, air, and a safe place to grow? Sounds a lot like what you need to grow too. What's this? Chef Biscotti pulled out another green sprig out of the dirt. A weed! Weeds are bad. They soak up the water and nutrients from the soil that my veggies need to grow, the chef explained. If I don't have fresh veggies to cook, I may have to close my restaurant. George wouldn't want that to happen. But I don't have time to pull the weeds out after working all day, Chef Biscotti added. George thought he could help. Chef Biscotti. The next morning, George took some gardening tools from the chef's roof and began to dig up the weeds. He dug up every green thing he saw. He packed those leafy greens into trash bags and threw the bags away. Did you know there's lots of different gardening tools? Here are some of the more common ones. Shovel, for moving dirt, large amount of dirt or rocks. Trowel, for digging smaller holes for seeds or bulbs. Pruners, for clipping leaves or flowers. Later that day, the chef was not happy. Oh no, Chef Biscotti exclaimed. The weeds are gone, but all of my veggies are gone too. George felt bad. He realized he didn't know how to tell the difference between a weed and a vegetable. I'll have to plant all new vegetables, the chef announced. Did you know weeds are plants that grow where they're not wanted? They usually grow quickly and take up a space in a garden or on a farm. Weeds use up the nutrients and water that crops need to grow, so they should be removed. Some weeds are pretty, such as dandelions. Chef showed George tiny seeds that were growing to carrots. He dug small holes in the ground with a trowel. He placed a seed into the hole and replaced the dirt. I'll water and fertilize the seeds regularly. The chef saw George's puzzled look. Fertilize means to feed. Did you know fertilizer is a special type of plant food? It helps plants grow. We'll still have new vegetables in 2 to 3 months, Chef said. I won't have fresh veggies to use for cooking until then. George was curious. Why did it take so long? Maybe it didn't have to. Maybe a little monkey could come to the rescue. George ran home and took all the carrots he could find from the refrigerator. He ran back to the roof garden and began to dig a hole where the carrot seeds had been planted. George carefully placed one fully grown carrot in each hole that he dug. It took a long time, but finally George finished putting all the carrots he had brought from home in the ground. He put the tools back where he found them. Did you know that even if you don't have the room outside to start a garden of your own, you can try growing herbs indoors? All you need is a window with plenty of sunlight, some potted herbs such as basil, rosemary, and thyme. Don't forget to water your herbs every day. The next morning, Chef Spaghetti found a big surprise. My carrots grew this big overnight. It's amazing, the chef called out. When George arrived later that day, Chef Spaghetti was still talking about the carrots. The chef scratched his head. I wonder why the eggplants and squash didn't grow. Oops, George had forgotten all about them. Tonight I will plant peas, Chef Spaghetti said, and hope it works again. He was so excited that he asked Dr. Wiseman, his scientist friend, to come and study the amazing dirt in his garden. Did you know your body needs vitamins to keep you healthy? Eating different colors of fruits and vegetables provides you with different vitamins. For example, orange and yellow vegetables contain vitamin A and C. Green vegetables contain vitamin K. Make sure you eat your way through a rainbow of colors each week. At home, the man with the yellow hat discovered that all the vegetables in the kitchen were missing. George, he called, do you know what happened to all our veggies? George nodded. He led his friend out of the house and over to Chef Spaghetti's. The man with the yellow hat had finally understood what George had done. Well, it looked like George had been your amazing gardener, the man explained. All of our vegetables have been growing into your dirt. Dr. Wiseman was glad the mystery was solved. Everyone was happy. You can cook up our vegetables any day, said the man with the yellow hat. Everyone helped pick the vegetables, and Chef Spaghetti invited all of his friends to stay for a delicious lunch of vegetable soup. George's plan was a success after all. Thanks for listening.